Good evening, everyone. We're going to give a couple of minutes for us to get all of the participants who are coming to view the webinar into the Zoom meeting. So we're going to start about 2 minutes from now. Thank you. Okay, welcome to Pellissippi State's What's Next webinar. We are or now what? Sorry, what's next? Now what? Kind of the same thing. My name is Leanne Tuzo. I'm the Assistant Vice President for Enrollment Services here at Pellissippi State, and we are so excited to have so many participants coming to learn what their next steps are. So I'd like to introduce the panel to you. These are our esteemed panelists, Debbie Benedict, who is an enrollment services coordinator. We also call them recruiters. There she is. Sarah Davis is our manager of recruitment. So she leads this amazing team. Hi, Sarah. Connie Miller is another one of our recruiters, our enrollment services coordinators. And then Grant Reardon, who is one of our newest recruiters, and we're so happy to have him here too. And then again, my name is Leanne Tuzo, so I'm starting everything out, and I do have some housekeeping items for the webinar that I wanted to make sure that everyone is aware of. So we are going to have time for some questions at the end of the webinar. So please submit your questions through the Q&A box found on the bottom tab. And we're going to try to answer as many of those as we possibly can. But if we don't have enough time, it's really important that you put your name so that we can get back to you and reach you back to give you those answers. So please don't put that in as anonymous. Put your name, please. And then we are recording this webinar. So if you feel like you missed anything, you can rewatch it. Or if you want to send it to a friend, please feel free to do that as well. I think that's all we have. Okay, so is somebody else doing this part or is it me?
I have this one actually.
Awesome. I'm turning it over. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm Grant Reardon. So I'm also one of our Roman's coordinators, like Leanne said. And so with the admissions part, everybody could be at different stages. When you consider that a lot of us are kind of finishing up high school, which is a really exciting and an awesome accomplishment for you guys for that. So if you haven't submitted your transcript to us yet, please do so. I know our Knox County students, if you guys use SCORE, for people that are outside of Knox County, if you don't have an idea how to send your transcript to us, your school counselor will, or you could always send it to our Start Strong Center, and that is at startstrong at pstcc.edu. To get those scores, and your ACT scores need to be sent to us as well. Most of the time, this is connected with your transcript, but there's always a chance where it has to be separate. And if it is separate, then you can get that through the ACT website itself. If you have attended a previous institution, we'd love to get that transcript as well. That way we can help you get as much credit as possible going into your time here at Pellissippi State.
I'm going to take just a few minutes to explain placement testing to you. So our students that are just graduating high school usually have current ACT scores. So we use those for placement. What we're looking at to begin a student at college level is an 18 in English, a 19 in reading, and a 19 in math. Don't worry if your scores are lower. Now, if your reading score is between a 15 to an 18, we do offer you the opportunity to take what's called our placement test. And it's not timed, it's free. And we find students in those areas do really well on it. But it's just another opportunity to test into college level reading. But if you don't worry about that. We've got a great plan to help you to be successful. We also, if you have a 3.6 GPA, then we can also start you at college level. And for our adult learners or students that their ACT scores might be 5 years or older, like myself, I was an adult learner. I took the placement test, and what really benefited me is that let the school know, let Pellissippi State know that I wasn't quite college level in math. So when I took my first college level math course, I took a learning support course just to help me to do well in that math course, that college level, and build a strong foundation. So it's a good thing to have that placement testing if it's needed, just so you know where's the best place for you to begin. Also, if you have attended a college previously, we will look at if you've taken college English or math, and that can waive if your ACT scores are older than 5 years also. Thank you.
All right. So let's talk about, what your username and password is. If you're not sure, then you can go to the IT Help Desk webpage, which if you go to our website up at the top, there is a link that says Quick Links. And when you click on that, click on the one that says IT Help Desk, and it will take you to this page that looks just like this on the screen. And then you will click on the link that says P number and campus email lookup. It will ask you just some information about yourself, and from there you can then look up your username and what your default password is, and then you will have a chance to change it later. If you run into any kind of problems, you can always call the help desk, which their phone number is listed there on the screen, which is 865-694-6537. And they can always help you with any kind of technical issues that you're having. If you're having problems logging in or with your computers or networks or whatever it is, they can always help you with that. All right, now when you're getting ready to log into your My Pellissippi, this is where all of your important information is going to be housed. So you can look up your admissions requirements, financial aid, all of that good stuff is going to be in your My Pellissippi. And on the main page at Pellissippi at the top, there's a link that says My Pellissippi. When you click on that, it will take you to this page here, and you'll click on the first one that says Go to My Pellissippi. And then when you click on that, it will ask you to log in. You'll use that your Pellissippi email and your password to get logged in. And then once you're logged in, make sure that you are paying attention to your Pellissippi alert box. If there's anything that we're still needing, like if you have outstanding requirements, whether it be for admissions or financial aid, all of that important information will be in there where you can click on it and see what outstanding requirements that you have. So for example, if you are missing like a transcript or ACT scores, it will say, that you have a hold, and then there's a link that says that you can click to look at your enrollment checklist. And when you click on that, it will show you what is outstanding. And again, for financial aid, it says this works the same way. You can click on those links in there, and it will show you what we're still needing for your account.
So I'm going to share a little information on advising. It is really important for you to meet with an advisor, especially your first semester, but every semester that you're at Pellissippi, and it's really required also. Some of you will actually get an advising appointment set up before you've even graduated high school if you're in high school. So we're opening up registration for the fall semester on April 7th. Those first appointments that week and the next couple weeks will go to our current students, but we would like our new students to be able to schedule advising appointments by early May, so that way you can get your advising appointment early. That's how you'll get a better schedule. And there's several different ways to schedule your advising appointment. So if you have the Navigate app, you can do that through that. Also in your My Pellissippi, if you go to Student Forms, under online, you'll see the third one down is Navigate Student. That'll take you into Navigate and you'll be able to do appointments there also. Then also you can email advising at pstcc.edu. But please give until about the end of April, around the first week of May, to start trying to schedule your advising appointments. We will have plenty of appointments for everyone. Also at our Panther Experience, they will be scheduling advising appointments there. So we have that on April 3rd and May 15th. Thank you.
All right. So financial aid, this is a big one. The deadline for next year, the 25-26 FAFSA for Tennessee Promise, is April 15th. So if you have not already done your FAFSA, go ahead and start working on that now, and or reach out to us if you need help finishing that FAFSA form. Again, if you're starting in the fall, you want to be doing the 25-26 FAFSA. Now, if there's anybody on here that's starting this summer, you're going to be doing the other FAFSA, the 24-25 FAFSA. So fall 25-26 and summer's 24-25. After you finished your FAFSA, we have just started last week pulling in some FAFSAs. We're not finished. But after you finish your FAFSA, it does take a little bit of time for it to get to us, about 5 to 7 business days. So what you want to do is check your My Pellissippi alert box that Debbie just mentioned. It's at the top of your My Pellissippi portal. And that will let you know if we're missing anything or if we need anything else in addition to your FAFSA. We might need a tax return or a W-2 or a signature or proof of citizenship or something like that. So our financial aid deadline for fall to have everything turned in that financial aid is requesting from you is July 15th. And the other thing is check your TSAC portal. So the TSAC portal is where, if you are a Tennessee Promise student, where you applied for Tennessee Promise last fall. And to get to that, it's a long link down here at the bottom, but you can just Google TSAC student portal, log in. A lot of students put it under their Tennessee Promise notes, their username and password. You'll log in and it's very easy. If you don't see Pellissippi listed as your school, then all you have to do is there's a change institution. It's a drop-down box. So you'll hit change institution or transfer school, something like that. And then there's a drop-down box. You'll select Pellissippi and hit submit. It's that easy. But that's how the state will send us that Tennessee Promise money.
All right. So, my screen went off. All right, cool. So, orientation is something that is required of you to do. We have it to where it can be a self-paced online orientation. We have the online campus connections, which is what I would highly suggest, is getting on campus and meeting other students that you're going to be having classes with, that you might meet in clubs or organizations here on campus. And with that orientation, you'll be able to get into your Navigate app. We use the app, or we can get through it on our My Pellissippi, which will also help you with scheduling, meeting with counselors, advisors in the future. So now you understand how that works. Biggest thing with our orientations, you finally get to be on campus for the first time with students that you're going to be with, and then you're also going to learn how to, one, get around campus, and two, how to book appointments through your Navigate on camp meet with people on campus.
Okay, the Panther Experience, you guys, is next week, and we're having two of them. So we have one April 3rd and one May 15th. And this is an awesome event, you guys. You will love it. So much fun. Get on the campus. During the Panther Experience, you can sign up for your orientation. We will help you sign up for that advising appointment. We'll have Pellissippi swag and food and music and games. So it's a really awesome event. And you can sign up for the Panther Experience in your Navigate, either the app or the web version. If you are wanting to sign up for the Panther Experience, you're going to choose events in the first box. When you go to start scheduling appointments, there's 3 boxes. The first box is events, and the second box would be the Panther Experience that you want to attend. It's either April 3rd or May 15th, and they're from 3:30 to 5:30.
All right. So to get your textbooks, a really easy thing to do is once you have registered for your classes, when you click on your detailed schedule, which you'll be able to find in your My Pellissippi, when you scroll to the bottom, there'll be a link for the bookstore, and then from there you can find what books that you're going to need for your classes. If you want, while you're on the bookstore's website, you can go ahead and order those, and you can either have them sent to your house, or you can have them to where you can go and pick them up after you've purchased them. Whatever works best for you, or if you prefer, you can come to campus and you can purchase those books in person. So if you're needing some help, making sure that you're picking out the right books, then you might want to come to campus and have somebody in the bookstore and they can help you out. If you happen to have some money left over after your financial aid has been applied to your account and we've taken out money for tuition, you can actually use that extra money in the bookstore to use towards your textbooks, which is great. Then you don't have to pay for that out of your own pocket. And there is a bookstore charge period that you can use that money, and it will be from August the 7th to the 27th. All right. The next thing that you need to do is to be logging into your Pellissippi email. And make sure that you are logging into this every day. We send out a lot of important information through the email. The financial aid sends out information and admissions, and lots of different offices on campus are sending out very important information in your email. So make sure that you're checking that daily. To log into that, you'll use your username, and then that's at pstcc.edu. And then it's the same password as your My Pellissippi. So you don't have to use another password for that. It's all simple.
Okay. So the last step is it's called schedule confirmation, and it's when your fees are due for fall, and that's going to be August 12th. It doesn't matter whether you're using Tennessee Promise, or if you're filling out the FAFSA and you're just using the Pell Grant, or maybe you're using student loans, or maybe you're paying out of pocket. Everyone must confirm their schedule. So you log into your My Pellissippi account, and you're going to click on the piggy bank. Once you click on the piggy bank, that's where you can see your fees and see if your financial aid is posted to your account, which is very important. We probably won't start actually putting money on students' accounts until the end of July, maybe beginning of August. It might be a little sooner, but don't panic if you don't see it there earlier than that. And so also your advisor, when you go in to meet with that advisor, they will show you how to confirm your schedule in your My Pellissippi account. But everybody should be writing down August 12th or putting that in their calendar, their phone, whatever. That's a very, very important date. If you do not confirm your schedule by the 12th, then on the 13th, we drop your schedule. So you'll lose all your classes. You'll have to re-register. It's not fun. All right. And then after that, important date. So our early bird financial aid deadline is June 1st. We really would love for everybody to get everything turned in by that early bird deadline. July 15th is the financial aid deadline for fall. So anything in addition to your FAFSA that we're requesting from you for financial aid needs to be turned in by July 15th. And then August 12th is that when fees are due, the confirmation deadline. And August 20th is when classes start.
All right. I get to talk to you about the Pellissippi State experience. So no matter what campus you're a part of, Blount County, Hardin Valley, Magnolia, or Strawberry Plains, it's really, really important for you to get involved and do things with other people that like the kind of same things that you like, because research has shown the more that you get involved in different activities and organizations and fun stuff while you're in college, the better you're going to do in your classes, the more likely you are to stay and graduate and be successful. So enjoy our art exhibits. We have wonderful art exhibits, sometimes by our professors, sometimes by visiting artists, sometimes they display our own students' art. So lots of different cultural events, musical performances, lots of things to do. You can join one of our many, many clubs. If there's something that you're interested in that you don't even see is a club, you can start your own club if you find a faculty or staff advisor who can oversee it. So we have tons of different things that are co-curricular that go along with different classes, and then some things that are just completely extracurricular that you can do, sports activities, lots and lots of different things that help you engage. Student engagement and leadership is the office that kind of oversees all of those different student clubs, but they also oversee student government and other civic and service engagement kinds of activities. So you can get involved that way. And then one of my favorite things that we really like to focus on is how involved we are with study abroad. Over the past 5 years, Pellissippi has ranked in the top spot, #1, and now we're #3 in the country for sending students, community college students, abroad to other countries. And I think the reason is we push this so much. We know that you can learn so much by visiting another country, but also we provide awesome, awesome scholarships to allow you to go and visit those other countries. And then last but not least, and there's so many things I'm not even mentioning about the Pellissippi experience, but we really want you to get vital experience in the jobs that you want to get in the future. So we have a student employment project here on campus. We've got federal work study options for students at all of our different campuses. So we want to be able to help you get those practical skills so that you can then go on and get that job when you graduate. We look forward to seeing you here at Pellissippi State. We'd love to have every single one of you come here. All right, so with the questions, do you want me to just read? Oh, here's our contact information. Sorry, Sarah, if I'm
It's
stealing.
okay.
Yes, this is where we a lot of times tell students to get their phones out and take a picture of this. So if you have any questions, we've got the greatest, most friendly staff ever, and we all want to help you. So we will answer your questions anytime. Now it's time for questions, and we already have 9 in here. So I'm going to start asking them, and then I'm going to be quiet and let you guys answer. So for the Panther experience, will the Blount County campus be holding one too, or is it only at the Hardin Valley campus?
I would be more than glad to take that one. So we are not having a Panther experience at the Blount County campus. Those two will be at the Hardin Valley campus, but we will have new student orientations at all of our campuses. So that'll be another great event where there'll be food, there'll be fun, there'll be all the resources. So we want you to come to the Panther experience at Hardin Valley, but if you can't make it, definitely come to an orientation at the Blount County campus. Because that will be another great event that might be something, if you can attend the Panther experience, that you could attend at the Blount County campus.
Okay, here is a great question. Does applying for the FAFSA automatically enter me into the Tennessee Reconnect program?
I'll grab that one.
Thank you.
So, it is a requirement of Tennessee Reconnect to complete a FAFSA. So you do need to do a FAFSA, but in addition to the FAFSA, there is an application for Reconnect. It's at tnreconnect.gov, G-O-V. And again, it's a dated application. So if you're starting in the fall, you'll do the 25-26 Reconnect application. If you're starting in the summer, you'll do the 24-25 application. Great question.
Yes, great question. Thank you for asking that question. This one, we might want to go back a couple of slides, but this person asks, how do I make my Pellissippi account? Where can I find the email I use? I think we have a slide that we, yes, right here. This is it. And I'll let somebody go back over that.
Yeah, so to find this page, when you're on Pellissippi's homepage, you will click at the top that says Quick Links, and then you'll find where it says IT Help Desk. When you click on the IT Help Desk, it brings you to this page here where you can look up your email. And you'll click on the link that's in there that says P number and campus email lookup. When you click on that, it asks for your personal information like your name, social security number, that sort of thing. And then it'll give you what your email address is and your password that it's set to right now.
Perfect. Thank you, Debbie. And then there's 3 questions that are kind of all the same. So I'm going to ask them beep, beep, beep. But Parker asks, if my start date is supposed to be in May, when can I schedule advising? When should I have my FAFSA complete? Then Rosalind asks, are we able to sign up for classes for summer? And then B asks, who do I contact at the college to help with summer class registration? So I think if we can just talk a little bit about summer really quick, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So now would be the time to go ahead and reach out to get that advising appointment for summer. We are registering students now for summer. And then the FAFSA would be the 24-25. Trying to see. Does anybody know the financial aid deadline for summer off the top of their head?
April 1st.
Thank you, Leanne. So that is like right around the corner. So if you can do your FAFSA ASAP, that'd be great.
And I just one very important thing, it's the 2024-2025 FAFSA that you're going to be using for for summer. So if you are currently enrolled in college right now, you've probably done that 2024-2025 FAFSA. You just need to add Pellissippi to it. But if you are just starting in the summer, that's the 2024-2025 FAFSA. But for fall, it's the 2025-2026 FAFSA. I hope we answered the questions. But yeah, you need to call now to get an appointment to see someone now. Uh-oh, somebody's in my door. I'm going to let, is there somebody else that can see the questions?
I can, Leanne, I'll do it. Okay, so somebody lost their password from My Pellissippi. How can I reset my password? You can do that on the website, but if you need help, you can also call the help desk. So again, that number is currently displayed, 865-694-6537. You can also email them at helpdesk@pstcc.edu. And let's see, the next one is summer stuff, which we just answered. Okay, so when do we need to meet with advisors to schedule our fall semester classes?
I'll answer that. So if you're starting in the fall, registration for new students will open up at the beginning of May. And so then at that point, you can go ahead and start meeting with your advisor to register for classes. They should have appointments available for that, those May dates, probably towards the end of April is when you can kind of check and see if those appointments are available.
Okay, sorry. I have another question about summer. So the financial aid deadline for summer is April 1st. And the fee deadline for summer, the confirmation deadline is May 19th, and summer classes start May 27th. That I just answered this one. When is new student orientation and how can I register for it? CJ, you want to take that one?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So we have several different new student orientations that will be in the month of June and July. And when you go into your Navigate app or into your My Pellissippi account and access Navigate through there. So how you sign up for like events with the Panther Experience or advising, you will find orientation listed there also. It will tell you each different campus, the days and the times, and that way you can pick what's convenient for you and attend that orientation. And if you need any help with that, you can always reach out to us and we'd be more than glad to walk you through that. But that's where you'll find that is in your Navigate.
Perfect. Thank you, CJ. And then the next person wants to know, can we still tour the campus? So yes, absolutely. All of our campuses offer campus tours. The easiest way to do this, if you go to Pellissippi's website, just our homepage, pstcc.edu, there's a visit button kind of like right in the middle of the website. So click on that and you can sign up for a tour at any of our campuses. The main campus does tours more frequently than the site campuses. So the Hardin Valley campus has tours almost every week. But yeah, just click on that visit button in the middle of our website. All right, the next one wants to know if, as a Reconnect student, I'm wondering if I have separate financial aid portal or a different financial aid requirement. The only thing you ladies help me out here, in addition to the FAFSA and applying for Reconnect, go into tnreconnect.gov. That is the only two requirements. I mean, besides, you have to register for 6 credit hours, which is as a part-time student, and you have to be a Tennessee resident. But yeah, you'll just log into your My Pellissippi just like everybody else, and you'll see if there's anything that we need. All right. When does the Tennessee Reconnect application need to be completed? That would depend on, this is for Iris, that would depend on whether you're starting in the summer or fall, Iris. If you're starting in the summer, you need to do that now. And that deadline is April 1st. If you're starting in the fall, you have until that financial aid deadline for fall, which I believe is July 15th. Okay, and we're getting through these. So somebody wants to know, what is the Reconnect program and how you get into it?
I'd be glad to talk about that. Tennessee Reconnect is absolutely amazing. So it is designed for all our adult learners who do not already have an associate's degree or better. And when we classify people as an adult learner, that can be somebody under the age of 23 who is married or has a child, and is considered independent on the FAFSA. But if you're 23 and over and do not already have an associate's degree or better, you would qualify for Tennessee Reconnect. It doesn't have a lot of things that are criteria to qualify. You do have to do a FAFSA. You have to stay continual. So the whole point of the Tennessee Reconnect is to get you a credential. So if you start in the fall, you need to attend again in the summer. The spring. You're not required to attend in the summer, but you can, but you are required to stay continual through fall, spring. The FAFSA is based off income. What's nice about Tennessee Reconnect is it's not based off income. So anybody who does not have the associate's degree can qualify for Tennessee Reconnect. It is an amazing program, and you just have to maintain a 2.0 GPA and be considered by Pellissippi State as an in-state student. Debbie, do you want to add anything to that?
No, I think you did good. Yeah.
Okay, and then the next one is, if this is a great question, Jamie. If we have done dual enrollment, do we need to create an account, or does all of our information transfer over? And honestly, for dual enrollment, you do have to submit an application as a freshman for whatever term you're going to be starting when you finish with dual enrollment and you're switching over to like a college student. You want to submit an application as a freshman. We will already have your transcripts and your test scores unless you have updated test scores, and we will need your final high school official transcript. That's after you graduate over the summer. You can send that to us. But for dual enrollment, your My Pellissippi will stay the same. So your P number, if you already have that, will stay the same, and your login information, you just have to submit a new application as a freshman. Okay, so the next question is there anything special required for homeschool students? Can you ladies, Debbie?
There's nothing special. They just have to, it's the same requirements that anyone else would have, just to submit their transcript. If you're under like an umbrella school, you can work with them on getting that transcript sent to us, and then taking the ACT. And so, yeah, same requirements as anyone else.
Thanks, Debbie.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is they want to review the deadlines once again. So I'm going to try to get back to that. Important dates and deadlines. And their second question is really good. How do I ensure my Tennessee Promise is associated with Pellissippi?
That's a great question. So, if you remember setting up your account through your TSAC student portal, that is where you can go and log in to see if Pellissippi is listed. If it is not, it's easy. You can just go in and change it to Pellissippi and make sure that we're listed on there. But that's how you'll do it, is you'll go to TSAC student portal, log in, and make sure that Pellissippi is listed as your school of choice.
Perfect. Thank you, Debbie.
Mhm.
All right, the next one, does Pellissippi offer online classes?
So we do offer online classes. We have a couple different types of online classes. So we have some online classes to where if Debbie and I were in the same online class, she could log in, say, at noon, and I could log in, say, at 9 o'clock that evening. Our communication between each other and our professor would be through email. So there's that type of online class, but then we also have the type of online class where Debbie and I would log in at the same time on the same days to either in like a Zoom room or to where we're all in there at the same time. So there's two different types of online, but not all of our programs can you completely finish doing it online in an online way. So that's important to make sure that the program you're interested in what portion can be done online.
Thank you, CJ. All right, and so the next one is a very specific question about advising. I'm gonna see if I can get back to, here it is, advising. So, this is for Martin. He is needing to meet with an advisor for summer. So I recommend emailing advising@pstcc.edu. If you're having trouble making that advising appointment, or you can call them at 865-694. Does anybody know that student assistant?
6556.
Thank you, Debbie. 6556-694-6556. That is the advising office direct number. Okay, and then Kathy wants to know, is it too early to make an appointment with an advisor for the fall 25-26 season? Yes, Kathy, it's a little early for that, but May is when we will open up advising for new students starting in the fall. And then somebody is asking about the Panther experience. I recommend, this is an anonymous question, but I recommend you giving us a call. They're saying they're having trouble getting an appointment. It says there's no appointments available, but it's still open. So give us a call and we can help you make that appointment if you need help. Okay. And then I think we're almost through these, you guys. Let's see. There's a couple more. How do I make my Pellissippi account? I think we covered that. There are schools holding a next step session. So your My Pellissippi, you'll go back to that help desk website. Let me see if I can get back to that. It's at the very here. And you'll look up your P number and your email. And then when you go to our website, there's a blue bar at the top and there's a bunch of links. And one of those links at the top is My Pellissippi. Okay, and then we had another one, My Pellissippi. Is it possible to take general education classes for the fall semester at another community college before attending Pellissippi in the spring semester? Yes, you can do that. Absolutely. You can reach out to advising or to records and make sure that those classes will transfer into Pellissippi State correctly. Typically, yes, if you're taking a general education class at a public institution, that transfers pretty easily over to Pellissippi and vice versa. So that is an option if you're not in Tennessee and you want to take classes at your local community college. All right, and then we do have another anonymous that says, I can't find the year I'll be using my financial aid. Do I just need to wait for it to appear? Yes, we have not turned on the 25-26 aid. Yes, 25-26 aid year for financial aid. Dr. Tuzo or Leanne, do you know when, or do we have any idea when that will be turned on, when students can view their?
Yes, we are hoping that will be turned on at the beginning of next week. We have actually downloaded some 25-26 FAFSAs, but yes, we hopefully that will be enabled to allow students to see that information before registration begins for the fall. So prior to April 7th.
Thank you. Okay, and then if I went to a trade school, will I still qualify for Tennessee Reconnect? I'll grab that one. As long as you've not already earned an associate's or a bachelor's degree, you you can still qualify for Tennessee Reconnect as long as you meet the other requirements, which is you are independent on the FAFSA, which is you're 23 or older. You do not already have an associate's or bachelor's degree, and you're a Tennessee resident, and you enroll in 6 credit hours. There's a few people that maybe got here a little bit late, and we have recorded this webinar, or are recording this webinar, and we will post this to our website, and you'll be able to come back and view it later.
I'm going to take one really quick, Sarah, if that's okay. Thomas asked, will the schedule advisor meeting be in person or online? They will do it either way. So you can make an online appointment or you can make an in-person appointment. And just for whoever needs to know this, parents can come as well. And there was a couple things I wanted to add to a previous statement when we were talking about getting ready for your advising appointment. If you have any AP advanced placement courses or any kinds of extra courses like that might be transferring in, don't forget to give us those scores as well. Thank you.
Okay, here's another one. If your ACT scores are older than 5 years, is taking the placement test required? So that's a great question. Technically, no. So if you choose not to take our AccuPlacer, which is our placement test, it's in reading, writing, and math. And it determines what level, like whether you're college level ready for math and English or not. If you choose not to take that placement test, then you will be taking 3 additional classes that are support classes. So you'll have 1 for English, 1 for reading, and 1 for math. So your classes will be college level. Like, for example, your math, you'll have a college level math, and then tied to it will be a support class called co-remediation. And so you don't have to take the AccuPlacer test, but it's a good idea to take it just so you know where you are as far as being college level ready or not. Okay, another one wants to know, yes, you do have to be a U.S. citizen and a Tennessee resident for Reconnect. Yeah, I'm scrolling through these, Leanne.
Yeah, and Iris asked, if I used FAFSA only for a couple of semesters, does that exclude me from being able to use Tennessee Reconnect, or do I just need to apply for it before I get an AA? Yes. So like Sarah just mentioned, the only thing that excludes you from being eligible for Tennessee Reconnect is if you had it before and then you stopped attending and you don't have continuous enrollment, or if you have that associate's degree, then you would not be eligible. But FAFSA is just a component that you have to complete to be eligible for Tennessee Reconnect, but it doesn't really have any bearing on how many years you've used FAFSA, if that makes any sense, I hope.
Yeah, and then we've got a great question. Peter wants to know, do you need an official college transcript sent from the school, or is attaching it as a file sufficient? Great question, Peter. Yes, we need all transcripts to be official, sent straight from either the high school to us or from the college to us. So that was a great question. Thank you.
And here's one that I think it might be a summer person who is attending a college currently, and she asked, do we have to send ACT scores or high school transcripts? No, if you're a visiting student, so you're just coming here to take a course, we just need your current college transcript. And that current college transcript should show us what classes you have, and that would show us the prerequisites that you might need for the course that you're taking here. So good question. Thank you.
Yeah, and then there's another one that says, how do I add Pellissippi to my FAFSA? They're already in college. So that's a great question. You just log into your FAFSA, studentaid.gov, and right under the edit button, there is a little link that says add or remove schools. You just click on that and it takes you into your FAFSA. You can search PELLI for Pelly and it'll pop up and you add it and then you go to the end and sign it and resubmit it.
And here's a good one maybe for Debbie to answer. This is from Kathy. She lives in a fairly rural area and the closest campus to her is Strawberry Plains. Does that campus offer all the same classes as the other campuses? I will be trying to do as much as I can online.
Okay, yeah, that's a great question. So, yes, the Strawberry Plains campus offers all of the general education classes that, every campus offers. There's just some classes that, if it's specific to another major, like, let's say video production. Well, you cannot do those types of classes at Strawberry Plains, but any general education course you can absolutely take at Strawberry Plains.
Okay. Thank you, Debbie. Let's see.
I'm going to take a really quick one about study abroad. If a student wants to go to study abroad, what do you need? What conditions? They have to have completed at least 12 credit hours at Pellissippi. And when they first enroll in the fall, they're going to start hearing information about filling out the TNCIS. It's called Tennessee Consortium of International Studies. And if you go to TNCIS, on Google, you can see all of the different countries. There are so many different countries to study in that I can't list them all here, but it's amazing. And basically you just have to have completed your first semester at Pellissippi to then be able to go on a wonderful study abroad trip.
All right, and okay, Kathy wants to know, she has two questions. Is UScience the placement test? No, unfortunately, Kathy, our placement tests are proctored, so you do have to come into the campus to take those. And let's see. Oh, do all campuses offer the same courses? So no, each campus is very specific to what they offer. If you go to our website and you click on the academic button at the top and you click on academic programs, it'll tell you which campuses the programs are offered at which campus.
But I will say in terms of general education courses like English, math, sciences, humanities, social sciences, all of the campuses have those kinds of those kinds of classes. Yeah. So I don't know if that's what you were asking, but yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to grab, we have time for one more?
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Morgan. She's a visiting student and wants to know, are there different processes we have to go through for enrollment and do we need different requirements? So Morgan, that's a great question. Visiting students typically come to us over the summer and you would apply as a transient student. As far as when you fill out the application, it's called a transient application. And then we do need your current college transcripts. We will waive your high school, but we do have to have official current college transcripts for that. And I think we're almost out of time. So we'll just reach out to you if anybody's questions weren't answered. One more time, I'm going to put the contact information up here. So please do not hesitate to email us, text us, chat with us, or give us a call. And thank you guys so much for joining us this evening and have a fantastic rest of your day.